Did you watch 1989's Steel Magnolias?
I did indeed.
Yeah, me too. And I own it.
Of course you do.
And I'm
I knew you
mad that
did.
I own it.
Quiet on the set.
Camera speed.
Sound production.
Roll sound.
Rolling. Sound production. Take 2.
Welcome to the I Remember Liking That Movie podcast. Remember those childhood movies you loved? Now we're going to watch them again and find out if they're still as amazing as you remember. Or your father was right. You were an idiot and everything you watched was stupid. So buckle up, movie aficionados. Over the top gore? Check. Over embellished action? Check. Gratuitous nudity? Double check. Storylines so absurd you could drive a semi-truck through those plot holes. Oh yeah, some of those movies didn't even know what a movie plot was. And that's the way we liked it. Now, here's your hosts, Anna Santos and Jimmy Coates.
They spell Steel Magnolias. Is it one word?
2 words.
And, oh yeah, I spelt it S-T-E-A-L like they're stealing magnolias. Welcome to the I Remember Liking That Movie podcast. This is an Easter pick and Anna pick, obviously, and Anna's picking Steel Magnolias.
I am.
I don't think I've seen this movie. I know of this movie. I'm aware of the movie.
Yes.
But I don't think I watched it.
This is I would say cultural checkpoint. Like the majority of women in this world have watched this movie. And there's a good chunk of men who have too, either because they were watching it with their girlfriends, like romantic ones or just platonic ones. But this is a tearjerker. This is one of those movies that pulls at everybody's heartstrings. And it's such a like Southern movie with just
like fried
a
green tomatoes.
Hint. No, Fried Green Tomatoes had a lot of
Never
revenge in it.
either.
This is, oh my God, it's so good. So good. It has a little bit of cannibalism in it. Don't you like cannibalism?
I have to just say fried green tomatoes. Yeah, no, that's a trick.
Yeah,
I'm going to go in looking for cannibalism.
There's a little bit of cannibalism. Anyways, no, but this is one of those movies about female relationships, interactions, and life, dealing with life and the choices that you make and how you move through these things with your relationships and how they affect like your family, your friends. And it also keeps touching base in a salon, and that's where the movie opens-ish, where the movie really opens. I think it starts actually out. Does it? Anyways, I don't remember exactly where it starts, but one of the first like main scenes in the movie where you're really introduced to who the people are and what they're doing is in a hair salon, which is really where a lot of women tend to congregate, and especially in smaller towns and smaller communities. It's where you're going to find your peoples while everybody's getting their hair done. And then when Sally is underneath the hairdryer, you talk about Sally, what's going on in her house. And then when Marge goes under the hairdryer, you do the same thing to her. And then when you go under the hairdryer, everybody talks about you. Community.
Great. It was directed
No,
by
it
her.
is. It's so good though.
Well, I'm going to find out. It's
Yeah,
directed
you
by
are.
Herbert Ross, who
Yep.
you might not know the name, but he's started directing in the 50s, but he did Max Dugan Returns, which I actually remember liking. He did Footloose, Protocol with Goldie Hawn. He did a movie that I remember loving, The Secret of My Success, with Michael J. Fox. My Blue Heaven, which I remember really liking. True Colors, Undercover Blues, Boys on the Side, and then he died in 2001. But he was born in 1927, so it still seems kind of early. Yeah,
He's
a
in his
little early.
80s.
Was he? Okay.
Or
Well,
no, he would have been in his late 70s. Late 70s.
Yeah. Now, I mean, for star power, especially in the 80s, oh my God. Olympia
Oh, yeah.
Dukakis, Shirley MacLaine, Sally Field, Dolly Parton, Julia Roberts, Daryl Hannah, Tom Skerritt, Sam Shepard, Dylan McDermott, Kevin J. O'Connor, you'll know his face. Yeah, so it's pretty stacked acting-wise.
It's super duper stacked, which I think is so amazing.
This is an
And
ensemble.
Such incredible, oh, okay. This is, sorry, I got really distracted there for a second because this is actually based on a play.
Yes.
And you can
It
kind
is.
of, when you watch it, you see how
And
it's
it
a
was
play
written by a
vibe.
guy who wrote nothing but, I think, girly movies. Like
Women-centered
First
projects,
Wives,
yes.
Soap Dish. I
First-
remember liking Soap Dish.
Soap Dish was amazing.
Yeah, Laws of Attraction.
I remember loving it. I haven't watched it in forever. Is it streaming anywhere?
Probably not. Any movie I seem to want to watch, it's never streaming. I have to buy. I don't know how that fucking works. Like,
Oh, my
good, it's not
God.
streaming
We can rent
anywhere.
it. No, it's
Oh yeah, of course you can
apparently
rent
Apple
it.
TV has it. Amazon Prime has it for rental. Google Play has it.
Oh yeah,
for
you can.
rental.
I can always find. I can pay money and see almost whatever.
I know,
want.
but it's not
it's nice,
in one
you
of
know,
your
when you
many
have,
streaming
like,
services. Yeah.
18 streaming
gotcha.
services. Like
Don't
really,
even
it's
get me
not in
started.
goddamn one.
I don't know why, but this month Amazon was like, we're going to send you individual invoices for every like subscription that you have through us. And I was like, why are you smacking me every day, sir?
Yeah.
Why are you telling me all my subscriptions? Just charge my credit card quietly and keep it moving.
Yeah, I get those.
But
And my wife's
no.
like, "Why are we have this many streaming services?" I'm like, "Thanks a lot,
like,
streaming services. Way
Why
to
are
go!"
you telling on
now I gotta
me?
cancel 7 of you, at least
all
for a
your
couple
fault.
months, and then sneak them back in.
It's funny though, because there's one streaming service that I do mostly for. I signed up for it for Law and Order Toronto. Law and Order Criminal Detent
Isn't that on
Toronto.
Disney or Pluto? No,
It's not on Pluto.
Paramount.
It airs on, I think it might, no, it's not on Paramount. City TV has it. It airs on City TV.
It can't be a Canadian production.
It is a Canadian production.
I mean, I'm sure it's shot in Canada, but it can't be.
No, it's a Canadian
Canada actually
production.
pays money.
We pay money to make it.
I'm sure it's wonderful.
No, actually, it's really, really good. I actually really like it. It's not like super Law than Order.
Mm,
It's more law
yeah.
than a little bit of order.
Jacques, someone stole my canoe. Dun dun.
Takes place in Toronto. We don't have that many francophones here. Calm down.
He stole my canoe.
Anyways, that's not the point. Fuck streaming services. Steel Magnolias is a gem. Incredible performances. Absolutely stunning performances. And it's a bit of a tearjerker, and it takes you through the process of everything. And God bless Julia Roberts. God bless her. This was, I don't know if this was in the height or just at the beginning of the height of her, like, I don't know if it was like mid height of her career in the 80s or just at the beginning of it, because I know this was around the time that a lot of her like biggest movies came out. Pretty Woman came out in 1990.
Just after this, but she was still making.
Yeah.
I know she was in Mystic Pizza, right?
Yeah,
was
she was
doing
in
a couple of
Mystic
movies
Pizza.
like that, and she was already becoming. She wasn't at the time as big as Meg Ryan and a couple other ones at the time, but she was starting to become that actor.
Yeah, I think this was on the upward climb where people are like, oh, they started clocking Julia Roberts, and then
she played a whore,
hit.
and she exploded, much like her clientele.
You're also forgetting Flatliners.
I remember liking Flatliners, but I'm
Dying Young.
Yeah.
That was also incredible, and that came out in 1991. Like,
Is that with Mel
1988,
Gibson?
she had...
No, that's Forever Young. I'm sorry.
No, yeah. That's a different one. But yeah, Sleeping with the Enemy came out in 91.
Yeah, I remember that.
Which was also, like, huge. And there was, like, she had a bunch of 1990, 1991 that kind of, like,
the money she must
established
have
her.
made. Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. And so it was great. And then after that, God bless, she just kept rolling through. And I think she was the first woman to get paid $20 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when your movie's bringing that much money, like, fuck you.
She should have been making that money
Yeah.
much earlier, let me tell you. Because having Julia Roberts in your movie was enough to
Her movies
guarantee you.
Over $100 million, $200 million. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want me? Yeah. You're going to pay for it. Well, what do you think the budget for this movie was?
I don't think it was that big.
No, it wasn't.
I'd probably give it like a 5 million.
15.
15?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which
The
isn't,
sets
but
do not
considering
reflect
the
that.
amount of fucking actors in this movie, like,
The amount of actors is probably where the majority of that money went. It probably went to, because once you watch it,
yeah, if it just takes place in a hair
they
salon.
literally are like filming on location in people's houses. There aren't really sets. I think there might be one set, but even that I don't think, like a hospital set. But for the most part, I think it's just like it feels like they rented a town and just filmed.
Yeah, because Sally Field was quite big at this time.
Yeah, Sally
Actually,
Field was
way
big.
before this.
Shirley
she was quite
MacLaine.
big. Shirley MacLaine.
Dolly Parton was huge as
Dolly
a
Parton
music
was-
artist. Her acting was just kind of. Dolly Parton was one of those
9
actors
to
who,
5,
like
but then she did Rhinestone
9 to
with
5.
Sylvester Stallone. So there was good and bad.
Don't forget the best little whorehouse in Texas.
Yeah, Special Horror with Burt
Yeah,
Reynolds.
so like she did a few movies, but she wasn't an actor, but she was a star. People would show up for her to watch her. Olympia
Well-
Dukakis, Daryl Hannah. Fuck, man, that really is.
Steel Magnolias was released on November 17th, 1989, a $15 million budget, and it had actually for 1989. Okay, so it made 84.6 million,
Oh wow,
and then but it made 12.1 million internationally. That's kind of huge for 1980 the
That's
1980s.
huge.
So it
for
made
1980s, yeah.
96.7 million.
That's impressive. That's
November
really, really
17th
impressive.
it came out, and it opened at number 4. Wow, with $5.4 million, which isn't bad, really.
Yeah.
Harlem Nights, with Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor and Red Fox, opened up the same weekend with $16 million. Look Who's Talking was number 2 in its 6th week. I remember.
Oh yeah, but that was
that
a
movie was
ginormous.
huge. Yeah,
that movie
The
was
little
so huge.
Bruce Willis as the baby, John Travolta, career
Oh my
tanked. But I wouldn't call this his comeback.
Yeah, no.
But I'm sure he at least made some money. The Little Mermaid also opened up, the Disney cartoon.
Oh wow.
And then Steel Magnolias, and then All Dogs Go to Heaven also opened up. That was a good movie too. That was a sad movie. Don't all the dogs die in that movie with
think
Burt
they do.
Reynolds and Dom DeLuise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
they're all
there's like one
dead.
dog that kind of makes it to the end and then dies.
Yeah. Dad was number 6. I don't remember that movie. Oh,
Which one is
Ethan
that
Hawke and Sam Malone.
I don't think I've seen that.
Sam Malone. I just watched another TV show of his. Who? Cheers. Ted Danson. Yeah, there we go. But I don't think I've seen that movie. And Prancer just got released. So all these
Oh.
Christmas movies, all these kids movies, and The
Well,
Bear.
then.
Oh, is that Danny DeVito? No, this is an orphan bear hooks up with an adult male and tried to dodge a human hunters. Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember that movie.
I do not remember that movie.
And Crimes and Misdemeanors was in its 6th week. That's an ensemble comedy. And Staying Together was in its 2nd week, and I don't know that movie. A complacent life of 3 small-town brothers is shattered when their father sells the family business from under them. Well, sounds like an uplifting Christmas movie.
I have never seen that movie.
But Harlem Nights, Look Who's Talking, Little
Yeah.
Mermaid, All Dogs Go to Heaven, Prancer. So it didn't do bad, considering.
No, it didn't.
And then it dropped down to 5th, back up to 4th, down to 5th, 777, 6th place, 778, and then 10, 10,
Yep.
10, 10, 10, 10. And then it was out of the top 10. But it stayed there for a good chunk.
Oh yeah, no, it was working it.
Yeah. Steel Magnolias. Taglines. A movie to bring your wife to.
I mean, 100%.
That's not the tagline. That was me. The funniest movie ever
that
to
is
make
you.
you cry.
Actually, yeah, accurate.
This movie makes me cry. So help you God, Anna. Sometimes
want to say it will, but
sometimes laughter is a matter of life and death.
oh, I like that one.
So someone's obviously dying. Don't ruin it for me. I want to be emotionally
I'm
crippled
not going to
when
ruin
I see
anything
it.
for you. Yep, you got it. No problem.
I'm looking at the poster, and
Yeah.
if you know this movie, I'm sure you've seen the poster. I don't know if it's the same as it's just all the actresses together. Two are hugging, the not so famous ones, but no, yeah, it's just Steel Magnolias. That's it, and it has all the women up front. I would not hang this, even if I like the movie. I'm not hanging this fucking poster
I
anywhere.
100% would. I 100% would.
If you go to a man's house and he has this poster hanging, that is a
I'm
red
going to think he's
flag.
gay.
Yes.
I'm going to
yes.
think he's gay. Yeah.
He needs a Visa card to live in this
No,
country.
no. Jesus.
Hey, look at me. I like Steel Magnolias. Let's get married. All right. I'm going to say probably the critics did like this movie
I'm going to say they loved it.
because they're all girls. There we
Because
go.
they're all girls?
Yeah. You're all
Wow.
girly girls. Yep. 82 reviews, comes in at 73%.
Yep.
Over 100,000 popcorn meter audience reviews, comes in at 89%. This is definitely, well, the critics liked it.
Yes.
The people liked it more. This is obviously a crowd favorite. So you can look for a good one here. I'm going to try to find a fucking bad one here. Go ahead.
We're going to start with Bob Ross from the Tampa Tribune. Herbert Ross is such a pro that his works is as unobtrusive as it is effective. 3 out of 4.
Well, Jeff Simon from Buffalo News says the result of this movie is something grotesque and misshapen. Oh, well, that's kind of harsh. This was a play, right? Is that what you said? It was a play or something? Okay.
Oh, Joe Pollock from St. Louis Post-Dispatch says MacLaine is wonderful and she ought to be. She has all the best lines and is the freest spirit in the Louisiana community.
I will say that Shirley MacLaine is fantastic.
I love her so much.
She's a fantastic actress.
Yes.
And she usually plays either a nut bar or usually a nut bar. And she plays it great. And she plays, I do like Shirley MacLaine. She is a great actress. Actually, they're all good actresses. The whole cast, like
all
Sally Field,
yeah.
Daryl and Julia Roberts, they're all capable.
And here's the thing, even watching this, you're going to be like, Dolly Parton, where have you been hiding all this talent?
Dolly Parton had big boobs. Who knew? Those are massive jugs. I'm going to listen to her music if I can look at her.
Jesus Christ.
The problem here is that taking the play off the stage, director Ross and company dropped Magnolia's heart and soul, badly damaging them in the process. Rick Shatnever, Santa Cruz Sentinel. No, they just didn't like it.
Yeah, you just don't like it. Joe Baltake from Sacramento Bee says, the film's strength comes from the great Sally Field, who has a dramatic scene here to end all dramatic scenes and makes it seem not the least bit contrived or manipulative or theatrical, but real. 3 out of 5.
Gary Thompson from the Philadelphia Daily News gives it 2.5 out of 4, says there are, however, too many characters and consequently some of the main characters take too long to develop. But that's not a horrible review.
No.
2.5 now.
Noel Taylor from the Ottawa Citizen. Steel Magnolias is more a picture about women, more than it is a women's picture.
Great. Philip French says, from the Observer UK, it's kind of an oxymoron, but a great deal of self-conscious acting goes on, an effect accentuated by Ross's overuse of reaction shots, smiles, smirks, scowls, and misty eyes.
Mike McGrady, I'm going to let this be my last one. Mike McGrady from Newsday says, while the script tends to guarantee the tears, the cast ensures that some of the laughter will show through.
Gene Siskel from the Chicago Tribune says the moments that don't work, and there are many, are precisely those scenes that are the most theatrical and probably will win awards. He just didn't like
Well, that
it.
just sounds very pessimistic.
Yeah. All right. Well, IMDb has 68,000 plus user ratings, coming in at 7.3. That's not bad either.
Not bad. Pretty high.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at the chart here, and there's not a lot of really, well, obviously, if the average is 7.3, it really drops off. All right. You can start with 10. That was so great. I love it.
Actually, I think this suits us for right now. A chick flick men can enjoy too. Carrie Art, 10 out of 10.
Be prepared to laugh till you cry with this one. My Movie TV Romance, 9 out of 10. I can't wait.
Ooh, this is a quote from the movie. I would rather have 30 minutes of wonderful than a lifetime of nothing special. Classics on Call, 8 out of 10.
Well, Last Time's Law, 7 out of 10, says this female skewing small town melodrama hits the right spot as a life affirming motion picture, which appeals to a much more overlooked demography.
We're going to do this one. Sappy and predictable story, but some good actresses. Trixie, 36 out of 10.
Classy cast and a preconceived weeper, 5 out of 10. Moonspinner, 55.
Come and listen to my story about a gal named Shelby. Zimedek, or Zimc, I don't know, 4 out of 10.
I only have one for 3 out of 10. It says I'm a bit too cynical. Granted, this movie from the 80s is from the 80s, but it's rather overly silly and annoying. 3 out of 10 from Copper Cheerio.
Feels insincere, latently sexist, and actively annoying. LRCZ, I don't know how to say it, INSK. We're going to go with that. 2 out of 10.
Wow, these people did not like this. Overly sappy, predictable. One of the worst movies of all time. Relentless, unnerving, and harrowing. The worst, most predictable piece of garbage ever from Obliv. 1 out of 10. And then there's a bunch of other ones. I just didn't like it. All right.
Wow.
Well, sometimes not movies for everybody. Some people just don't like it.
It's true.
What's the matter with you people?
It's funny, though, because it's hard to find, at least women. I mean, you can always find men because they're like, oh, so sad. Oh, I don't know. But mostly, this is a loved movie.
Yeah, it's got the reviews for it, and I know of the movie.
Yeah.
So it's not like... All right, so let's watch this trailer. And then we'll make a prediction.
Here we go. I don't want to have to kill you.
Don't you threaten me, Drum Eaton. Drum would never, ever point a gun at a lady. Your husband is a boil on the butt of humanity.
TriStar Pictures presents a Raystar production.
Well, this is it. You're finally rid of me.
Sally Field.
I think you'll be back every now and then.
Dolly Parton.
How's your family? Louis brought his girlfriend home, and the nicest thing I can say about her is all her tattoos are spelled correctly.
I miss Weed.
Ugh, leave me alone.
Shirley MacLaine.
I'm not crazy, Malin. I've just been in a very bad mood for 40 years.
Daryl Hannah.
Miss Trudy, I swear to you that my personal tragedy will not interfere with my ability to do good hair.
Olympia Dukakis.
Looks like two pigs fighting under a blanket.
Julia Roberts.
I'm gonna make you very happy.
I want a child of my own.
Your poor body has been through so much.
Why would you deliberately do this to yourself?
Diabetics have healthy babies all the time.
You are special, Shelby.
Time has made them close. Life
She's gonna have a baby. Go get a doctor.
has made them friends. Steel Magnolias.
I 100% am a good cry like a bitch.
God damn it. I'm sure it'll be all right. Oh my God, you're making me watch a lot of chick flicks this year. We have
Okay, I might
Ever
give you.
After,
I've given
A
you a
Walk
bit
to
of a
Remember,
break.
and people are fucking dying and losing their fathers. I'm like, Jesus Christ, fucking. One girl, what's the one? Yeah, she had cancer. No,
Yeah.
was it cancer?
Yeah, I
Leukemia.
think it was cancer. Yeah, leukemia.
Yeah, that's a cancer.
That is cancer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
fucking dies. Obviously, someone's gonna fucking die in this movie. All right. No, I mean, it looks okay. I'm sure
Yeah.
my wife will be delighted.
She's gonna be thrilled. You should
I'm
make
not
a
gonna
little
tell
date
her.
night with her.
I'm not gonna even tell her.
You're just gonna let her walk by the room and
Yeah.
have her be like, "Steel Magnolias? Is that?"
Just come running down the hall and slap my head on the way to her chair. Not telling me you watching Steel Magnolias? All right. Well, we are going to go watch Steel Magnolias from 1989. And when we get back, we are going to review it.
You heard them. Movie time. Let's all go to the lobby and get ourselves a treat. And then watch a classic kick-ass movie from whenever the one we're about to watch was made.
And welcome back. Did you watch 1989's Steel Magnolias?
I did indeed.
Yeah, me too. And I own it.
Of course you do.
And I'm
I knew you
mad that
did.
I own it.
I knew
Like,
it.
great,
I knew
I
it.
own it. Awesome. I actually, it should be behind me here, but I forgot it and I'm not going up to get it.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm sure your wife will see it in the
Yep.
living room and she'll be like, "Oh,
Oh,
let's watch it again."
yeah, good call. I better go get it.
Yeah.
What's your initial thoughts?
I mean, it's funny because watching it this time, maybe it's because I was watching it with a slightly more critical eye than I have in the past. One, I didn't cry, but I think that's because I'm partially dead inside because I watched our other Easter movie before this. We'll talk about that. Anyways, but I was like, wow, this really is very like in the, oh my God, why can't I think of the word? I
Stupid.
keep wanting to say formatting, but it's not it. The stage blocking, no, but that's the stage theater term. But in the blocking and in the movements and in the way the kind of dialogue is delivered, it felt very stage theater.
It did feel like you were watching kind of like a stage being
Yeah.
shot on it. I don't know if they did that on purpose.
I don't know if they did it on purpose or if it was a lucky happenstance, but it was really interesting to pick up on it this time because I don't think I've ever picked up on it before. And I was like, oh, okay. And I mean, the performances were obviously always amazing. Really great. I still really, really like this movie. I really, really like this movie. I didn't cry this time, which I was very impressed with. I consider that personal growth because this is usually one of those movies that makes me die. But also, I want Olympia Dukakis to read everything to me, even though I think she's dead, in that accent that she has in this movie. Because it is the most like luxurious voice ever. And I'm like, God, so smooth.
Yeah,
So
she
luxe.
is dead. She died
She
in
is dead,
2021,
yeah.
May 1st, 2021.
Ah,
She made it to
that makes me
89.
sad. She had lived a good life. She did a lot of things, made a
Yeah.
lot of movies. I appreciate her. She was in all three. Look Who's Talking.
Shirley MacLaine's alive.
That does not surprise me. I think that woman's going to live forever, to be perfectly honest.
I think she's 90-something. She's born in 1934.
She is 91 right now. She will be 92 in April.
Yeah.
That's impressive. God bless. She's amazing and so weird, and I love her for that. Daryl Hannah's in it. You see a young Daryl Hannah.
Yeah, her character was annoying. I not because of she became a
Jesus.
Christian and all that and Jesus stuff and like that, but it was such a jarring 180 of her character. Or maybe not a 180. It wasn't quite. She wasn't like the total opposite of a Christian or anything like that. But yeah, but it was so hardcore.
Yeah, she was intense.
I felt like the
with
husband or the
Jesus.
boyfriend's like, fucking jeez, settle down.
Like, I'm a be
Even
real
Jesus
honest.
drank some wine. Come on.
Jesus turned water into wine.
And hung out
Jesus
with whores.
was down for the party.
Yeah, hung out with whores, turned water into wine. He's a good time.
I say this all the time. I'm like, I think Jesus would have been a good time to hang out with. And I think all the years that are missing, because there's a big like gap of years in the gospel of Jesus's life.
Yeah, they're like, ooh, we can't put that in there.
Yeah, I literally think that was like the PG edit. They were like, nah, man, Jesus was too ruckus during those years. We gotta take that
gotta
out.
rub out this teenage years and early 20s.
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah. It's just it's too much. It's
Jesus
too much.
was banging everybody.
I mean, I also think he was
Show a couple
married and
parlor
had a
tricks
family.
in that party, and
it's really funny to like argue with Baptists about this kind of stuff. I'm not that invested. Like, I have my own personal belief system, but I'm like, it is my own personal belief system and it got nothing to do with nobody else. But Baptists and other like Protestants, they really enjoy kind of trying to talk about Jesus with people and convince people that they're the right kind of Christianity and you should join them. They do this all the time. And it is so much fun to talk to them about the Bible. And it makes me giggle every time. And some of them get a little angry, but that just makes me even more giddy. It's so much fun. But anyways, yeah, Annelle got on my nerves because I felt bad for her little boyfriends. But then all of a sudden, I was like, did she get married? Because she's very pregnant.
yeah, it jumps all over the place. It
Yeah,
jumps.
well, they give you good time jumps, and they usually pick a holiday in order to tell you that
Yeah.
time has passed.
Yeah.
So they never actually say or place the words, which I appreciate. 1 year later, 6 months later, they're just like, and now we're at Halloween.
Yeah. Because at first I'm like, wow, because I'm like, her character, Daryl Hannah's character, Annelle, I'm like, holy fuck, what, between Easter and Christmas, she really took a fucking turn. But then you realize that might not have been the following Easter. That could have been a couple of years after the fact. Because they've been married and people have been like, oh, when'd you come into town? Like it's a normal thing. Yeah. But no, her character was annoying. Julia Roberts should have listened to her mom. It's like, fucking idiot.
She wanted to have but you know what's hilarious to think about and how far the medical field has come? Her literal only condition was that she was a type 1 diabetic.
Yeah, she got the diabetes.
She had the diabetes, but that was it. And now you see people who are type 1 diabetics having kids all the time. And it's not as dire as it used to be.
Well,
And I'm just
I
like,
had
wow.
major surgery in my 30s, and it was where I had to have an air thing shoved down my throat into my lungs.
Yeah.
And while they were doing the operation, I had major surgery just a few months ago. And I'm like, the one thing I'm not looking forward to is and they're like, oh no, we don't do that now. Like we don't, it's just a thing that goes in the back and holds your tongue. And it's a complete, and I'm like, oh yeah. Medicine advances.
Progress. What?
There's progress in the healthcare system.
Yeah, but it's crazy to think at one point, like the doctor will
The
look at you and be
diabetes,
like, you have diabetes. You shouldn't have children.
Well, I remember Wilford Brimley being on the TV warning everybody about the diabetes.
Look, diabetes is very serious.
Yeah.
And you can lose limbs for it. It can kill you. It can kill you. But there was a point where it was just before Banting and Best, you were going to die as a child if you had type 1. Like it was going to happen. And then insulin came around and it got better.
Yeah.
Not super fantastic, but I got better. But it's crazy to think that like in the 1980s, like late 1980s, it was not, nobody ever questioned. Like the first time I watched it, I was like, oh yeah. Mind you, I had a friend who was a type 1 diabetic, never even clued in that I was like, oh, should she not have children? She had a child, by the way. She's still alive.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
It's so much. It's come so far. Well,
so far.
And it is still very dangerous. I was at a doctor's office. I'm like, are we afraid of cancer coming back? And he's like, no, I'm afraid of you getting diabetes, you fat bastard. That will really fuck you up. I'm like, oh, diabetes is that bad? Yes, diabetes is that bad.
No,
but
diabetes is very dangerous. I have another friend who's a type 1 diabetic, and he's like, eventually I'll go blind, because that's one of the conditions that diabetes kind of triggers, and it'll fuck with your eyesight. And I'm like, that's fucked up.
Yeah. Do a number on your kidneys.
It does a number on your kidneys. It does a number on your circulation. Like, you have to be on top of it.
But from 1989 to today, a lot has changed.
Now there are insulin pumps. Like, you don't even have to like inject yourself anymore.
No. Or stab yourself with a little razor. My grandpa, I remember as a kid, my grandpa had to cut his finger and put it on a little tab thing every day.
Well, no, they still have to check their blood, but now they can have those sensors.
Yeah.
That they just kind of, it still pricks you, but you stick a sensor on your arm and then it sends a message to your phone like, your blood sugar's low. Your blood sugar's too high. And then you can use your insulin pump to like increase the amount of insulin that you put if your blood sugar's too high. And I'm like, this is fucking amazing. Usually you had to wait until you were like 2 minutes away from a coma before you figured this out.
Yeah. On the floor of someone trying to shove a cookie down your throat.
Actually, it's funny because when I would sleep over at my friend's house, she had type 1. She would wake me up in the middle of the night, be like, let's go have cereal. And I'd be like, okay. I didn't even clue in. And then she would grab like the most sugary cereal, and we'd sit there eating a bowl of cereal at 3 o'clock in the morning. And it took me years to figure out, oh, her blood sugar was low and she recognized that. So she needed to up it, so she wouldn't die. That's good. Anyways.
Yeah, so Julia Roberts' character, she'll listen to her mom. Can I say this? Oh my God, was Dolly Parton fucking hot?
Dolly
Jesus,
Parton has always
wasn't just
been
her
hot. She's
boobs.
so hot.
I forgot, because when you think of Dolly Parton, you think of country music and giant boobies. But I'm like looking at Dolly Parton, going, she was like perfect. Like,
she has one of the greatest smiles.
Oh, there you go. Say
in
ass.
the entire. She's a teeny tiny woman. Teeny tiny.
Yeah, she's very teeny tiny. I'm like,
super teeny tiny.
Sign me up.
And it's hard because her hair is so big and her boobs are so big. You don't
this
recognize
movie had that too.
So much big hair. So much big hair.
A lot of hairspray in this movie.
It's fucking amazing. It was partially so Southern and so 80s. Like, it was making my life. But Dolly Parton is so teen. And you get lost in the big hair and the big boobs and the flashy outfits, because that woman loves a sequin. And I am not mad about that. I appreciate her and I respect her for that. Because, my God, her performing outfits are amazing. But like in this movie, she just kind of looks like a regular person.
Yeah.
Still absolutely stunning.
Yeah, a hot regular person.
Yeah. And you're just like, but you actually get to really see her face, and you see her like talking. Because even when she's in interviews, she wears more makeup than she's wearing in this movie. She is wearing a full face of makeup still. But it looks a little more natural than her performing makeup and stuff like that. But I was like, my God, Dolly. She has one of the most like just friendly and warming and engaging smiles. And I'm like, why am I so slow to notice that? Mind you, I also loved her in 9 to 5, which I haven't seen in forever. And I was like, oh, Dolly, you're fantastic.
Yeah, she also did a Rhinestone with Sylvester Stallone.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
I don't think I've ever seen it either. Probably for good reason.
I mean, if we find it on a streaming service, we should watch it. But anyways, this cast is incredible.
Yeah, Sally Field plays the most Sally Field I've ever seen.
She's so good.
Yeah.
Shirley MacLaine, Olympia Dukakis, Tom Skerritt, Sam Shepard.
Sam Shepard. He has the biggest arc in this whole fucking movie.
For reals.
Because he starts as a bum. And then by the end, he like owns a company and he's doing shit where she doesn't even have to work anymore. By the end,
he's making her own franchise. He's making her a franchiser. Like, oh my God. Dylan McDermott's still hot as hell.
Dylan McDermott. Yeah. Very young. That caught me off.
Yeah.
Caught me off a bit.
In this, he was in his... No, actually, he was probably in his late 20s in this movie. He's aged so beautifully.
And
That
it
man
took
is
me
ridiculously attractive.
a while. Anne Wedgeworth, who plays Aunt Fern, I've
Yeah.
noticed her from a bunch of stuff. But Kevin
Yes.
J. O'Connor, who plays Sammy, Daryl Hannah's boyfriend, I'm like,
Yes.
what an ugly man. And I'm like, but I know him from somewhere. And then I'm like,
Yep.
oh, fuck, right. Van Helsing. He plays those quirky, weird. He plays the douchebag from The Mummy, who's like the funniest
Yes.
character in that
Yes.
series.
It takes
yeah.
you a hot second to
realize
recognize
who
him.
he is. Yeah.
Because you're like, I know your face.
Like, this guy's
Where do I know
funny
your
looking.
face? But because he's done so much where he usually plays someone weird or,
Oh, yeah.
without scruples, whatever. But it's fun to watch.
And it's weird seeing him in this character.
Yeah, where he's just a regular guy who's like, Annelle, why can't I just drink a beer?
And did you notice who Nancy's son? Truvy's son? Dolly Parton,
Yes,
Dolly
yes.
Parton, Truvy's
Yeah,
son?
yep. I recognized him too.
Because he's in our other movie. And I did not
Yes,
place
he
that together.
is.
Yeah.
I didn't put that together
I'm like,
either.
wait a second. Like, you're in
That's,
Critters too, as a douchebag. And you're a douchebag here. Good for
so
you.
many douchebags.
Yeah, no, this was not made for me. This was not made for me. This was not made for men. This was made for women and the men who were made to go watch it.
I think it can be made for men.
I'm sure gays loved it. Gay men probably love this movie.
No, anybody who's emotionally comfortable and intelligent.
Oh, we don't call them gay. What's the political?
No, they're
correct
also
term?
gay. Gay men do love this movie. Hi,
I know they
Dolly
do.
Parton.
I'm watching. I'm
Sally
going,
Field.
Yeah, the gays
Julia
love
Roberts.
This. I know they do. Not all gays.
Shirley MacLaine.
I don't want to stereotype every gay guy out there, but
That's
I'm
good.
Sure
Look at you.
lots
Look
of
at you
gay
being
people
so
like this.
progressive. So progressive. Stop it.
Men who are gay but married, pretending to be straight, they love this movie. Yeah.
Anybody who likes theater, because that's what it was. It was a stage production in a movie.
Again, I said gay men love it. Can we stop?
There are straight men who love this movie too. Shut it. You need to work on your toxic masculinity.
Yeah. I
And
think
your
I made
internalized
toxic.
misogyny.
I made toxic. My daughters are toxic masculine.
Oh my God, why?
Because they're very like me.
Oh, Jesus.
All three of them are very like me. And my wife is getting pissier and pissier about it.
You're like, it's not my fault.
Yeah, I'm the one who stayed home and raised children. What do you
Of
want?
course they're going to be like me.
What do you think I was going to be? I was going to change my entire dynamic, my entire structure, mindset? No. But I work from home. She doesn't. Now we got 3 manly daughters.
Or I have a whole dissertation
Lesbians?
I could write on this. No, not lesbians. Stop it.
I hope
Or you
they're
just
lesbians.
you just have daughters who don't conform to traditional feminine values.
No, they've got traditional man values.
Yeah, and I'm saying because they are girls who have those values are feminine. So you've passed on feminine values to your daughters.
Say what you
that
want.
you
They
also
say
hold.
slurs. They talk down to people. They don't like current political climate. I'm sitting there smiling. My wife's seething.
Just give it a few minutes until the current political climate is actually negatively affecting them. And they realize that they're not just a random mediocre white man who's going to get things handed to them just because. It's going to change real quick, buddy.
Yeah, again, this movie's not for me. But
Yeah, I kind of figured it wouldn't be. But I got you to watch it.
it's like the 3rd time you're giving me something where death and fucking manipulation and
Yeah.
fuck me.
It is what it is. Dude, Critters.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, that's another episode.
Anyways, let's go through this movie.
Yeah, let's go through it. All right. Oops. Let's see how big the plot is here. It's not very big. I mean, it's not a huge plot. It's not. It's
No.
very.
It's not an intricate plot.
I can see how this was a stage play. This played out like a stage play. This would be very easy to do. I mean, not easy, but very Broadway, very play centric. But yeah, not a whole big plot here. But Annelle Dupuy, a shy beauty school graduate, moved to Chinaquapin?
Sure.
In northwestern Louisiana, where Truvy Jones hires her to work. Hot Truvy Jones. To work in her home-based beauty salon. Yes, my wife watched this fucking with me. That she wanted, after she said when she watched this as a kid or whatever, that she wanted to be a hairstylist. She wanted to have her own home.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that's a thing that lots of people thought.
It happens a lot with movies where like women see, like after Pretty Woman, how many people wanted to be a prostitute? Let me tell you, there were a lot of little girls who were dressing as prostitutes for Halloween.
Yeah, so wrong.
So wrong,
I wanted to meet
also
some prostitutes after Pretty Woman. Till I saw from like news segments and documentaries.
Yeah, they don't look like Julia
Roberts. There are ones.
Yeah.
I don't have that type of money.
My neighborhood prostitutes never looked like Julia Roberts.
Walking downtown.
No offense to the ladies. They were working hard. They were working hard, but time was working harder.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they look like they had a rough life. Ugh, poor things. Meanwhile, yeah, and a lot of people like Mystic Pizza. How many of you wanted to go out and get a job at a pizza joint?
I did.
Actually, I watched Clerks. I wanted to go work at a convenience store.
See? We're easily influenced.
Yeah, so dumb. Meanwhile, Malin Eaton and her Jesus Christ, Southern people, and her daughter Shelby busily prepare for Shelby's wedding that is being held later that day. This is where we get Tom Skerritt's character trying to get all the birds out of the tree by shooting guns. Finally does it with a crossbow with a bunch of fireworks and crackers tied to the arrow, which actually works.
Yeah, no, it does actually work, which is just, he's a menace.
Yeah.
This man is a menace.
Yeah, his character was kind of funny. Malin's high-spirited husband, Drum, fires a gun loaded with blanks to drive birds out of the trees so they do not interfere with Shelby's reception. Along with Clarie Belcher, the former mayor's cheerful widow, they arrive at Truvy's to have their hair done. While there, Shelby, who has type 1 diabetes, suffers a hypoglycemic, I know that word, attack, but recovers quickly with the woman's help. Yeah, that was because she was getting mean and angry. I'm like, let her go for a minute. Let's see what else she says.
When a diabetic sugar gets too low, or even I think too high, they start getting really, really lethargic.
Yeah.
But they start kind of losing their minds, which is, I've heard, can be hilarious until it gets really serious and they're about to die. But they're saying all the things.
And then I'm like, maybe I do have diabetes. Because I say shit that's mean all the time.
Or maybe
for no
you're just
reason.
Mean. Maybe
Sometimes
you're just mean.
People will be out in my living room and I'll come running out and just say something mean just to do it. And then retreat back to my room. Yeah, due to Shelby's medical condition, her doctor advises against her having children. Shelby considered ending her engagement to her fiance Jackson so he would not be deprived of children. But he's like, we'll adopt children. You always say stuff you don't mean because you're stupid.
He really meant it.
He might have. Yeah.
He might have. You might say things you don't mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think he really meant, it's fine, we'll adopt. It's fine. Mind you, we got to remember, Jackson has money. He comes from money.
Yeah.
And he's a lawyer.
He's going to be a lawyer.
He makes money.
Yeah.
So for him, he's like, it's fine. We'll throw some money at the problem. It'll be fine. People in my family have been adopting babies from the times of yore. We're good.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't care, honey. I love you. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Grouchy and sarcastic Louise what is it? Mauser? Weezer. Bordeaux. Gonna be more south if they fucking tried.
It is Louisiana.
Yeah, and
There's got to be some French.
Arrives at the salon and immediately begins interrogating Annelle about her background. Annelle tearfully reveals that her husband, who is evading the police, has disappeared after stealing her money. This was when it really hit me, because we talked about it being a play, that it was a play. The way that it was, like you said, blocked, staged, and shot, and the way the dialogue and it went back and forth. I'm like, yes, it's a play.
See, and I first clocked it in the salon. After Shelby gets her hair done, the back and forth with her mother about blush and bashful.
Yeah.
Like that felt very staged. And I was like, oh. And then that scene by the car with the back and forth between Weezer and Annelle, it's again very, like I could picture it on the stage, like stage right. I was like 100% that's where they're standing.
Yeah.
Stage right.
And he has disappeared after stealing her money and all the belongings in the car. And Annelle further admits she is unsure her marriage is legal. Shelby, sympathetic, invites Annelle to the wedding reception where she meets bartender Sammy DeSoda. So, and then we have the wedding, and then we have the reception and everything. I like her brothers, Julia Roberts' brothers, put all the condoms on the car.
God bless. She finds that box of rubbers.
Yeah.
And then poor Malin is just like, the boys run out and she's like, don't decorate your sister's car with condoms.
I did like the scene where the Tom Skerritt, the dad, he's walking through and he's looking at the two boys and he's like, where the hell did I put my gun? Jesus Christ. That's me. God damn it. I put my gun around here fucking somewhere. I hope one of the neighborhood kids didn't get hold of it.
I should have probably locked the doors instead of leaving them all unlocked and open.
Yeah, because they're like, well, where did you leave it? And he's like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, his coffee kicked in. So he just put down the gun and
ran.
Oh, God, that's amazing.
The 80s. At the Christmas festival it says later that year. And now following, but I don't know if it is. And now following a short-lived wild streak, because she just turns to drinking and whoring, and once her divorce thing is through, and then turns to Jesus, because she has.
I don't know about the whoring
Christian.
I don't know how whore-like. No, she wasn't whoring. She might have been hoeing a little bit, but she wasn't whoring. Like it wasn't everybody. Mind you, now she's wearing contacts.
Yeah.
And remember, that was when contacts were so expensive that if one fell out of your eye, you stopped. You looked.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, because they were like, stop, everyone, don't move.
My contacts.
Much to Sammy's annoyance, while Clary has bought the local radio station KPPD. And because they talked about that at Easter. You should buy the radio station. She's like, what the fuck am I going to do with a radio station? Now she bought the radio station. She's in the locker room. I like Shirley MacLaine, Weezer's character, looking at the naked football players. And then she gets her mirror.
Yeah, she's like,
adjust the look.
She's just checking it out. And then it's so funny because I love the friendship, and also they're the true frenemies, Weezer and Clary, because as they're in the locker room, Clary's talking about the color of the jerseys and the pants, and everything shows up on white. It should be a dark color. And Weezer's just like, you sound stupid. Stop it.
Yeah. No one wants to hear that. They want to hear about the football game.
And I'm like, that's a friend. Maybe don't do it live on the radio, but that's a friend. Tell your friend she sounds ridiculous. Although I'd listen to that reporting on football because I actually care about that. I don't really care about the football itself.
Shelby attempts to set Weezer up with Owen Jenkins, an old flame. Then, at a holiday party, announces she is pregnant. Everyone is thrilled except Malin, who knows the risk. Truvy encourages Malin to instead focus on the joy of that the new baby brings. Shelby has a baby boy, names him Jackson, and it hits every holiday, major holiday. It hits Christmas, Easter, 4th of July,
Halloween.
Does it hit St. Patty's Day? No, it doesn't hit St. Patty's Day. And I'm not saying that's a major holiday, but it's a good holiday.
It's also just passed, so it's on our minds.
Oh, maybe that's why I'm thinking about it. I saw a lot of St. Patrick's Day stuff. Shelby has a baby boy, names him Jackson. Fuck off. Lachery Jr.? Latchery. Clary relates how her brother has become estranged from her nephew after he comes out as gay. Oh, yeah, because this nephew or whatever is through the whole movie. He's good looking, tall, blonde hair.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, gorgeous of
Dashing,
a man.
great manners.
All the women are looking, and he's dating like the pageant queen.
Yep.
And then he comes out as gay. And Weezer,
the pageant queen who loses her crown for doing unmentionable things with a city council official.
And Weezer is now seeing Owen by this point.
Yes, and Owen is
sister only friends.
So adorable.
Oh, that little guy?
He's
Yeah.
so cute. And I just want to like hug him and protect him from the world.
And she kind of says that he's like the only half decent man that she ever met before she met her bastards of ex-husbands or whatever. I can't remember how she put it, but
yeah.
Who obviously had money because she has
oh yeah.
I will say that, and maybe it's because I'm getting older. This was a beautiful town. My God,
yeah.
The
it
houses, fuck me. I wish with the big wraparound porches and the pillars, and I'm like, fuck, I wonder how much they would be today.
Oh, today? Well, depending on where the town is,
whereabouts
and how far
they
away.
are.
So, yeah, if it's a small enough town, far enough away from a city,
from they wouldn't be
city,
too bad. Yeah,
then it wouldn't be too bad. Also, this is Louisiana, so you got to remember that. Now, if it's like a suburb of New Orleans, it's a different story. That house is probably going to go now for about $450, $500, because
the houses in these movies were. Because, of course, I had to watch some of the fucking special features on the DVD because my wife, she's like, well, what are the special features? Because I'm about to turn it off.
Yeah.
And she's, what are the special features? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? But they shot actually in the homes in this town.
Oh, perfect. God, those houses were great.
They were beautiful. I mean, holy shit.
Oh, Malin's kitchen?
Yeah.
I was like, that feels so warm and cozy. I'm like, is that a fireplace?
And spacious. And the fireplace. Yeah.
And then that house.
Dolly Parton's house was a piece of shit, but
but it was cute.
But it was
mind you,
right.
I've always wanted to live in a Victorian house where the only thing really updated was maybe a few appliances in the kitchen and bathrooms being put in. But other than that, I'm like, I want everything else like old school Victorian. I want all the wood trim. I want the glass, oh my God, where did the word go? Stained glass. There we go.
Yeah.
And like the porch, I'm like, I want all of that. Do you know how fucking hard it is to find now? Because everybody buys these incredible Victorians.
And then redo them.
They take out all the walls, all the doors. I'm like, goodbye pocket doors, goodbye wood trim. And then it becomes all white. And then that beautiful Victorian like fireplace that they had and mantle. No, they take all of that out and they put up a slab of marble and some like gas fireplace like with the blue flames. I'm like, the fuck?
Yeah.
If you wanted to live in a modern box, go build one.
Yeah.
Stop fucking with houses that have been here for 100 years.
See, I lived in a Victorian home, and we had like where you walked in, it had the big oak staircase.
Oh.
And it had that fireplace you were talking about. It also had like in the kitchen, it had the old fashioned stove that you could put logs of fires and shit in with it. Yeah. It had a back serving staircase like in the back.
Oh my God, yes, you had servant stairs.
Servant stairs going up the two stairs going up to the same fucking place, but there were servant stairs that were much smaller and narrower.
Correct.
And
because the servants didn't get fat because they were running up and down the stairs all the time.
Yeah.
Because the fat owners were sitting there going, "Get me a cup of tea." There's
entire
sugar.
Wrap around fucking porch gazebo off to the side and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's the kind of house I want. Now I know if I want to find it, I have to go move out yonder to get it.
Yeah. Yeah. If you go out into rural wherever, you can find these type of nice homes.
Yeah.
That are left.
But then I'm going to cause a ruckus if I live in a small town.
Yeah. You'll be Weezer.
I'll be Weezer, 100%.
Oh, fuck. Here comes Santos. Jesus Christ. Hide the children.
What's going on, guys?
Yeah,
What'd
get
you
the
do
dogs
it?
off the street before she kicks them.
Hey, I would never kick a dog. I might kick the owner, but not the dog. I like that. Get the dogs inside so they don't have to see her kick me.
Yeah.
That's what it would be.
Where are we here? Kind of got off on the fucking houses here. Oh, Annelle has become a fundamentalist Christian, much to the consternation of her new boyfriend. Yeah, Shelby and Malin, to the horror of the other ladies, relate how the stress of the pregnancy has caused Shelby's kidneys to shut down, and she is now on dialysis. Malin will be donating a kidney to her daughter the next day. Yeah, and that so it works.
Yeah, now we're around July 4th.
Yeah.
And it's Jack Jr.'s first birthday. So she has been pregnant. She gave birth. Kid's been alive for a year. And that's when they find out she's been on dialysis. And Malin is given one of her kidneys. And that's when they cut Julia Roberts or Shelby's hair. And they put that terrible wig on her.
Yeah.
It's
terrible. She looked like Tinkerbell from Hook when she did that movie.
Okay, but Tinkerbell from Hook, she looked so cute.
Yeah, this looked off.
This looked terrible. I was like, whoever picked that wig and whoever put it on should be fired, even 20 odd years after the fact. Anyways, but yeah, no, it's that entire like back and forth is really great because you see like how much everyone cares. And now praying for everything. And Truvy has some really great lines about like, oh, this one. Man, they gave Dolly Parton some really great lines in this. She was really good comic relief.
Yeah. Shelby recovers from the transplant, but 4 months later, Jackson arrives home to find her unconscious. Shelby, she noticed because she's at work and she noticed something wrong.
She got a little woozy, I think. And then she had her coworker bring over the costume that she bought for Jackson.
Yeah, the kid's
the baby.
1.5, 2.
Yeah, something like that.
Crying
because it went from
out.
July 4th to Halloween. So then she tries to pick him up. There's pain. She goes to call the Jackson and she collapses.
Yeah.
And the baby,
and this was
I
actually
don't know who
why,
trained this baby.
Oh, this probably pinched the baby, made it cry, and then started filming.
No. Because during the crying fit, when Jackson comes home and picks, like, the baby's pointing to the back.
That's probably the real mother back there after they pinched it.
It's like, hi.
I want to go to my mom.
Yeah,
she's over there.
But he keeps pointing, and then it's like, where's your mom? And he points again. And I was like, my God, this kid is really good. Whoever trained him. It's fantastic.
I don't know if they call it training. I think it's raising.
No,
it's not training. A monkey.
No. This is training. It's like, okay. And then if I need you to point, this is what you're going to do. And like, you train them to do it.
Or they just had the mother standing off camera.
Yeah, but
Where's
you can't
your
always
mom?
guarantee. Yeah, but you can't always guarantee like that the kid's going to do what you want them to do.
Would have been better if they said,
So
"Where's
the
your
fact
mom?"
that he
And the
kept
kid
doing
just
it.
slaps him in the face.
Well, there's a slap later on where I'm like, fuck yeah. I was like, that hurts.
But this was also the reason that she wasn't allowed to adopt. They couldn't adopt because the adoption age she would not get because of her diabetes.
Because of her health, yeah.
Yeah. Stupid
But they did look into buying one.
Shelby is comatose, having contracted an infection in her central nervous system due to the suppressive therapy that keeps her body from rejecting the kidney. After doctors determine... Okay, so now the highlight of the movie, we get to see 20 minutes of Julia Roberts hooked up to machines in a coma while her mother...
has an emotional breakdown.
Just shuns everybody and gets angry at everybody. Well, she was right. She did tell everyone.
No, this is not anger at people not listening to her.
Oh.
This is anger that her child is about to die. And it's a very unnatural thing.
Yes, I will say that I would never want to go through. Well, I'm not.
No.
I'm sure there's people that don't. I'm pretty sure everyone feels the same way. If not, maybe you should be a parent.
For reals.
I hope I outlive my children.
I hope you do too. I hope you stay alive long. Because, buddy, sometimes I worry about your health. Every time we turn around, so I'm having another major surgery. So this is another problem I have.
Yeah, I was not built very well.
No, I'm concerned. I'm concerned. Meanwhile, I'm concerned I'm going to live to be 105. This is my concern. Like, I'm doing everything I can to shorten my lifespan, but no, I'm perfectly healthy. Stupid. Anyways, that's not the point. The point is,
No, Sally Field, and she's doing the exercise with her.
She's
and
doing a lot.
Sometimes she's yelling at her to wake up because her son
Yeah.
needs her and stuff like this. And here I am, like a moron, thinking she's going to open up her eyes and we're going to have a happy fucking ending. No, not a fucking finger twitch. Nothing.
correct. Absolutely nothing.
Because Shelby's condition is irreversible. The family jointly decides to remove her from life support, with Jackson signing the papers to consent. Shortly after Shelby's death, Malin leaves the hospital and goes to Jackson's Aunt Fern's house to pick up her grandson. Yeah, not a very happy ending here. Fucking.
No. It is not joyful. It is not happy. It is not a feel-good moment. I did tear up, but I did not cry. Usually I sob at this point, but I did not. Usually there's a little sob, and then during Sally Field's monologue, I really sob, but I didn't this time. Look, personal growth.
After the funeral, Malin breaks down in tears, and the other women comfort her and each other.
This is a great monologue.
Yeah, and yeah,
throw that out there.
Definitely, you can see it as a play. Malin gradually accepts her daughter's decision to have risked her life in return for a few special years of motherhood and decades to focus her energy on helping Jackson with raising her grandson. Annelle, who married Sammy, there you go, and is now pregnant, tells Malin she wants to name her baby after Shelby, even if the baby turns out to be a boy, as she was the reason Annelle and Sammy met. Malin approves, stating life goes on. At the town's Easter egg hunt, Annabelle, so we full circle, we're back to Easter. Annelle goes into labor and is rushed to the hospital by Truvy and her husband, Spud, in their truck, followed by Sammy in an Easter bunny costume, and Truvy and Spud's son, Louie, on Louie's motorcycle, and that's how it ends. I loved how it shot back, the camera shot back and saw the bigger town and whatnot, but then it stopped on a freeze frame of the town, and it looks so shitty because just let it play. But it looked awkward to me.
Let it
don't
play,
know why.
fade to black, finish the credits.
Yeah, I did. And that's not really a huge complaint of the movie. There's far much more to complain about this movie.
There is not, shut up.
And that is our movie. What is your score for this uplifting, joyful Easter, pick me up, feel good of a movie?
First of all, take a breath, Mr. Let's Watch the Gray. Okay? Yeah. Take a breath.
This is right up there with it.
It is not.
No,
not
this had a sad
This
ending.
has one death. One death. And not by rabid, like wolves in the wilderness after. Calm down.
The diabetes.
I'm going to say that this is a solid buy it. It's not everybody's cup of tea. Although I do think if you are a heterosexual man and you have a girlfriend who really enjoys this movie, you should at least pretend to like it a little bit. Like, I'm just saying, it's going to get you points.
If you're not married. If you're married, you're already married. Don't worry. You can be honest.
No, at that point you should really care, because then she will fuck up your life slowly but surely in an undetectable ways, and you won't even know it until like 15 years later.
And if you're already married, she's already doing it, so it doesn't matter. You can be honest.
Anywho, this is a buy it. The performances are really solid, and yes, it does very much have a stage feel to it, but I think that kind of adds to its charm. It's funny at times. It is sad at times. It is a great, exploration of relationships, especially between women. And it's a very female-centered movie, which doesn't happen very often. Because a lot of, in this movie, through the entire thing, the men really are, they're not even they're like cameos.
Yeah, even the love interests aren't.
The love interests, the husbands, they're cameos. And it really is an exploration of female relationships and all of the complexities of that. And what life is like. And also, it's really great that they actually point out, like, hey, getting pregnant can kill you. Maybe let's remember that. So I think it's a buy it. Incredible performances. Very authentic, like, little town feel, which you feel like you're in a small town as you're watching this entire movie. And you also, by the end of it, feel like you know everybody in that town and you're in the gossip with everybody. So yeah, I think, yeah, buy it, but I'd probably give it a 7.5. It is very rewatchable, but you got to be ready for the emotional feels because it is very sad. Because you basically go from like Shelby getting married to Shelby dying as a young mother, and it's sad. It is sad, but it's also just really done very, very well. Okay, that's me. What do you think? Give us your review.
Even from the cover of the DVD, it doesn't say this movie's sad. It looks like an upbeat movie, and it's not.
It looks so happy.
If you remember liking Steel Magnolias from 1989, congratulations, you are a girl. Whether you are male or female, you're a girl. Some guys will like it. It's based on a play and really well done. Girl. The acting. Girl. Being my wife, you are in a lesbian relationship. Because, sir, you are a girl. Dolly Parton, really hot. That is the only acceptable answer to liking this movie. Once again, I'm watching a movie where the main character dies slowly on screen to maximize and take advantage of all my girly emotions. My wife sobbing beside me made me realize how weak and vulnerable the female species really is. The pacing is off. I thought the pacing was off slightly, but I think it was just because it was that play format. Because when afterwards, when I was trying to think about it and not being mad that I watched it, it actually is paced quite well, and it goes through the different time periods quite well. It takes you a minute to go, wait a minute, where are we? Oh, okay, so some time has passed because this person's pregnant. This person now things have changed. But it's not to the point where I'm confused. If you're confused, you have bigger problems then. Okay, so Sally Field plays the most Sally Field role of her life. Dolly Parton is a Southern belle. She's always played while looking fantastic. Julia Roberts plays the dumbest character who really should have listened to her mother. And I know there are people listening, but then you wouldn't have gotten this beautiful child. How do you know this kid doesn't grow up to be a meth head who only has sex with prostitutes, which he murders and buries out under the fucking willow tree out back? You don't know. Daryl Hannah could get real annoying real quick in this movie because she became someone you just didn't see the others wanting to hang around until the end, where it does in that friendship thing, whatever. The standout characters were Weezer and Clary, Shirley MacLaine and Olympia Dukakis. They had the best dialogue, the best character development, mostly because their characters didn't have any arc or development. Slight changes, and it seemed to fit their characters. But at the end of the day, this movie wasn't made for me. It was made for girls and men who are married or dating or wanting to have relations with girls. Will I watch this movie again? Yeah, I'm probably going to watch this movie again, not of my own volition. Which brings me to my score. I would say skip it because it's not in my wheelhouse of thought when it comes to picking out movies. Of the thousands of movies I could watch on a movie night, Steel Magnolias is never going to enter the stratosphere of movie ideas going through my head. But it's not a terrible movie if you're being forced to watch it, whether it be by a girly podcast host, wife, girlfriend, gay life partner. And I say gay because lesbians are not watching this movie. They're watching John Wick and Die Hard and lesbian porn like I am. It's not the worst movie out there. It's bearable. It's well acted. It's well done. It's not my movie. Yeah. So I do say skip it. But as a movie, I would probably give it a 6.5. A 6.5. It's not a bad movie. It's just not my movie. But if you're being forced to watch it, or it's bearable. That's the best thing I can say about this movie.
Honestly, that's better praise than I was expecting. So, I mean, progress.
Just stop watching me where the main characters are fucking dying all the time. Like what? The fucking next terms of endearment?
No.
My Girl?
You know, I thought about doing that, but I was like, I don't think I can handle it, to be perfectly honest.
No, I watched one where this black guy is reviewing the movie of My Girl, and it's the part where she's crying, saying that he needs his glasses. He can't see without his glasses. And he says, get my hard N-word, the fucking glass. But he's like, it's a comedy bit, but it was fucking funny.
No, but it's true because a lot of people don't really like clock just how, and it's funny because a lot of people have posed the theory that millennials and like Gen X, we don't have the same emotional responses to trauma because we grew up watching My Girl and it was considered entertainment.
Like even our fantasy movies, like The Never-Ending Story, when that horse dies, like what the fuck?
But that's just it. Like we watch all this stuff that would literally traumatize children today.
Oh yeah.
If they ever got the chance to watch it. But we were just watching it like unaccompanied, like unsupervised. They were like, here, let me put on this movie where, oh, shit, I was in the school library the first time I saw Bambi. They aired it for us in a class. Yeah. I'm watching and I see the mother die and like I kind of start crying. And that was my first, oh, wait, nobody else is crying. Okay, don't have feelings.
Yeah.
Like, which, by the way, lasting damage on that one. But anyways, yeah, we're fucked up. This movie is intense.
The Land Before Time, where he loses his mother. It's like even our kid movies like Labyrinth or was creepy. Dark Crystal, fucking creepy as shit.
We're fucked up. We're just straight fucked up.
Someone had to die and toughened us up, though.
I mean, 100%.
Like you look around at some of these people crying, like Jesus Christ, man up.
God, do better, guys. Do better.
Life gets a lot tougher than fucking this. Jesus.
It's going to get terrible. Get ready.
All right. Anything you want to add to Steel Magnolias?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. So we have a buy it, a skip it, a 7.5, and a 6.5.
Oh, the polar opposites of it.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for coming back to 1989 and going over, I will have to say, the amount of fucking hair in this movie. If you have not seen this movie in a while and you want remember some hair and hairspray, yeah, this movie's got that in spades.
There's a lot.
A lot of hairspray. Yeah, I think this movie itself damaged the ozone layer. All right. Thanks for coming back to 1989 and going over Steel Magnolias with us. And until the next movie we remember liking.
Congratulations. You just had one of your childhood movie memories vindicated. Or they just eviscerated it. I don't know. This is a generic one-size-fits-all type of ending to the podcast. So thank you for listening, and please join Anna and Jimmy next time for another episode of the I Remember Liking That Movie podcast. If you dare to go back and watch that movie you remember liking,